everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today's topic we will discuss about the non-immigrant Fiance K-1 visa applications. This is the topic. Proof of financial support and affidavit of support forms. Do the same income requirements apply to Form I-134 or as applied to I-864? Fees, petition expired, and eligibilities for visas. How long it takes the K-1 visa process. After you receive a K-1 Fiance visa, what next? Does the U.S. citizen fiancé need to file separate petitions for her children? Entering the United States port of entry, adjustment of status, working in the United States and traveling outside of the United States, how to apply for a permanent resident, further questions, visa approval, visa denial, delivery of visas, pre-departure orientation seminar or FIDOS, and PSA documents. So all of this, guys, we will discuss. Before we started our discussions, I wanted to shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for comments and watching. Please stick around until at the end of this video. As further ado, let's start. Non-immigrant visa for a fiancé or K-1 visa. Overview. What is a K-1 visa? The Fiance K-1 non-immigrant visa is for the foreign citizen fiancé of a United States U.S. citizen. The K-1 visa permits the foreign citizen fiancé to travel to the United States and marry his or her U.S. citizen sponsor in 90 days of arrival. The foreign will then apply for adjustment of status to a permanent resident or LPR with the Department of Homeland Security or DHS, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services or USCIS, because a fiancé visa permits the holder to immigrate to the United States and marry a U.S. citizen shortly after arrival in the United States. The fiancé must meet some of the requirements of an immigrant visa eligible. Children of K-1 visa applicants receive K-2 visas. What is a fiancé? Under U.S. immigrant law, foreign citizen fiancé of a U.S. citizen is the recipient of an approved petition of alien fiancé. Form I-219F has been issued a non-immigrant visa for travel to the United States in order to marry his or her citizen fiancé. Both the U.S. citizen and K-1 visa applicant must have been legally free to marry at the time the petition was filed and must have remained so thereafter. The marriage must be legally possible according to laws of the U.S. state in which the marriage will take place. In general, the foreign citizen fiancé and U.S. citizen sponsor must have met in person within past 2 years. USCIS may grant an exception to this requirement based on extreme hardship for the U.S. citizen sponsor to personally meet the foreign citizen fiancé, or for example, if it is contrary in the U.S. citizen sponsors or foreign citizen fiancés culture for a man and woman to meet before marriage. The International Marriage Broker Regulation Act of 2005 or IMBRA. Detailed information about IMBRA requirements is contained in the Form I-129F, Petition for Alien Fiancé Instructions. First step, filing the petition. You, the U.S. citizen sponsor, must file Form I-129F, Petition for Alien Fiance, with the USCIS office that serves the area where you live. See direct filing addresses form of Form I-129F, Petition for Alien Fiance. For information is available on where to file the petition. Further information is available on the USCIS website under Fiance visas. Note: Form I-129F cannot be filed at a U.S. Embassy, Consulate, or USCIS abroad. After USCIS approves the petition, it is sent to the National Visa Center or NVC. The NVC will give you a case number and send your petition to the U.S. Embassy or Consulate where your fiancé lives. The second step, applying for a visa. The National Visa Center mail you a letter when it sends your fiancé case to the U.S. Embassy or Consulate. Once you receive this letter, inform your fiancé to take the below listed actions to apply for a K-1 visa and prepare for the interview. Eligible children of K-1 visa applicants may apply for K-2 visas. Separate applications must be submitted for each K visa applicant. Must pay the visa application fee. Required documentation. You, the foreign citizen fiancé, and eligible children applying for K-2 visas will be required to bring the following forms and documents to the visa interview. First, complete Form DS-160, Online Non-Immigrant Visa Application. You and any eligible children applying for K-2 visas must complete Form DS-160 and print the DS-160 confirmation page to bring to your interview. And a passport valid for travel to the United States and with a validity date at least 6 months beyond your intended period of stay in the United States unless country-specific agreements provide exemptions. Third, birth certificate. Fourth, divorce or death certificates of any previous spouses for both you and the U.S. citizen sponsor. Fifth, police certificates from your present country of residence and all countries where you have lived for 6 months or more since age of 16. Police certificates are also required for accompanying children aged of 16 or older. Number 6, medical examination, vaccinations are optional, see below. 7, evidence of financial support, Form I-134, Affidavit of support may be requested. Number 8, 2x2 photographs. See the required photo format explained in the photograph requirements. Number 9, evidence of relationship with your U.S. citizen fiancé. Number 10, payment of fees are explained below. Note: the consular officer may ask for additional information such as photographs and other proof that the relationship with your U.S. citizen fiancé is genuine. Documents in foreign languages other than the language of the country in which the application takes place should be translated. Applicants should take the visa interview clear, legible photocopies of civil documents and translations such as birth and divorce certificates. Final documents translations will be returned. Review additional U.S. Embassy and Consulate specific instructions. There may be additional instructions for collecting documentation needed for your K-1 interview. View U.S. Embassy and Consulate specific instructions here to learn what additional requirements there are, if any. Medical examination and vaccination requirements. In preparing for the interview, applicants will need to schedule and complete a medical examination before the issuance of an immigrant or K-1 visa. Every applicant, regardless of age, must undergo a medical examination which must be performed by an authorized panel physician. You will be provided instructions regarding medical examinations from the U.S. Embassy or Consulate where you will apply for your visa, including information on authorized panel physician. See medical examination for more country and frequently asked questions. K-1 visa applicants are encouraged to get the vaccinations required under U.S. immigration law for immigrant visa applicants. Although such vaccinations are not required for K-1 visa issuance, they will be required when adjusting of status to that of legal permanent resident following your marriage. Applicants are therefore encouraged to fulfill these vaccinations requirements at the time of the medical examination. See vaccination requirements for IV applicants for the list of requirements and additional information. Proof of financial support and affidavit of support forms. During the visa interview, applicants will be required to present evidence to the consular officer that they are not likely to become a public charge in the United States. You may present evidence that you are able to financially support yourself or that your U.S. citizen fiance is able to provide support. The consular officer may request that Form I-134, Affidavit of Support, be submitted by U.S. citizen fiance. The U.S. citizen fiance will need to submit Form I-129F status to that legal permanent resident following the marriage. Do the same income requirements apply to Form I-134 as apply to Form I-864? The answer is no. The 125% of the Federal Poverty Guideline minimum income requirement, the most recent year tax return, and other requirements only apply when Form I-864 is needed. Applicants presenting Form I-134 will need to show that the U.S. sponsor's income is 100% of the Federal Poverty Guidelines. Fees. Fees are charged for the following services. First, filing an alien fiancé petition, Form I-129F. Second, non-immigrant visa application processing fee, Form DS-160, required for each K-1 visa applicants. Third, medical examination required for its K-1 visa applicant. Costs vary from post to post. Other costs may include translation and photocopying charges, fees for getting the documents required for the visa applications, such as passport, police certificates, birth certificates, and etc. And travel expenses to the U.S. Embassy or Consulate for an interview. Costs vary from country to country and case to case. Number 5, filing Form I-485, application to register permanent residence or to adjust status. Rights and protections pamphlets. You should read the rights and the protections pamphlets before your visa interview to learn about your rights in the United States relating to domestic violence. sexual assault, and child abuse and protection available to you. The consular officer will verbally summarize the pamphlet to you during your interview. Additionally, K-1 visa applicants will be provided with any existing criminal backgrounds, information on their U.S. citizen fiancés, that during processing of their Form I-129F petition of alien fiancé, their Form I-129F petitions. My petition expired. Can it be extended? It is valid for months from the date of approval by USCIS. A consular officer can extend the validity of the petition if it expires before visa processing is completed. And eligibilities for visas. Certain conditions and activities may make you, the applicant, ineligible for a visa. Examples of these ineligibilities includes drug trafficking, overstaying a previous visa, and submitting fraudulent documents. If you are ineligible for a visa, you will be informed by the consular officer and advised whether there is a waiver of the ineligibility and what waiver process is. Learn more and see the complete list of ineligibilities. How long will it take to get my K-1 visa? The answer is the Form I-129F petition for alien fiancé. You can visit the USCIS website for the status of your petition. Once your case has been received from the embassy, by the length of time varies from case to case according to its circumstances. Some cases are delayed because applicants do not follow instructions carefully or supply incomplete information. It is important to give us correct postal addresses and telephone numbers. Some USA applicants require further administrative processing, which takes additional time after the visa applicant's interviews by a consular officer. After you receive a K-1 fiancé visa, if you are issued a K-1 visa, the consular officer will give you your passport containing K-1 visa and a sealed packet containing the civil documents you provided, plus other documents prepared by the U.S. Embassy or consulate. It is important that you do not open the sealed packet. Only the DHS immigration officials should open this packet when you enter the United States. As K-1 visa holder, you must enter the United States either before or at the same time as any qualifying children holding K-2 visas. With your visa, you can apply for a single admission at a U.S. port of entry within the validity of the visa, which will be a minimum of 6 months from the date of issuance. You must marry your U.S. citizen fiancé within 90 days of your entry into the United States. Does my U.S. citizen fiancé need to file separate petitions for my children? Their answer is no. Your eligible children may apply for K-2 visas based on the approval of Form I-129F petition or of alien fiancé. Form I-129F petition for alien fiancé. That your U.S. citizen fiancé must list the children on the petition. Set visa applicant, and each applicant must pay the K-visa application fee. After your marriage, your children need to file separately from you for adjustment of status. They cannot be included on your application for adjustment of status. More information about adjustment of status is available on USCIS website under the Green Card Permanent Residence. Important notice. Under immigration law, a child must be unmarried. in order to file for adjustment of status. For your child following your marriage to your U.S. spouse, the child's stepchild relationship with your spouse must be created before the child reaches the age of 18. Are my children required to travel with me? The answer is, your children may travel with accompany you to the United States or travel later follow to join. Like you, your children must travel within the validity of their K-2 visas. Separate petitions are not required if the children accompany or follow to join you within 1 year from the date of issuance of your K-1 visa. If they want to travel later than 1 year from the date received K-2 visa, and separate immigrant visa petitions will be required. If your child has a valid K-2 visa and you have already adjusted status to that of to travel later than 1 year from the date of your K-1 visa, they will not be eligible to receive K-2 visas, and separate immigrant visa petitions will be required. If your child has a valid K-2 visa and you have already adjusted status to that of permanent resident, child may still have on the K-2 visa entering the United States port of entry. A visa allows a foreign citizen to travel to the United States port of entry and request permission to enter the United States. You should be aware that a visa does not guarantee entry into the United States. The Department of Homeland Security or DHS, U.S. Customs and Border Protection or CBP officials have authority to permit or deny admission to the United States upon arrival at the port of entry. Be prepared to present the CBP your passport with visa and your unopened sealed packet containing your documents. Travelers should review important information about admission and entry requirements on the CBP website under Travel. Adjustment of status, working in the United States and traveling outside of the United States. Information of K-1, K-2 visa holders about adjustment of status, permission to work in the United States, and travel outside of the United States is available on the USCIS website under Fiance visas. How to apply for a permanent resident coming to the United States to live permanently. You will want to learn more about your status as a lawful permanent resident. See Welcome to the United States, a guide for new immigrants, to review information on the USCIS website about living in the United States. Further questions. Number 1. If your inquiry concerns a visa case in progress at a U.S. Embassy or Consulate, you should first contact the U.S. Embassy or Consulate handling your case for status information. Select U.S. Embassy or Consulate to review their website for contact information. Number 2, before making an inquiry, often the answers to questions are easily found, which enables us to help other applicants and U.S. sponsors in need of assistance. Due to the volume of inquiries we receive, visa services cannot promise an immediate reply to your inquiry. Number 3, you can find information of our Public Inquiries Division at Contact Us. At the end of your immigrant visa interview, the consular officer will inform you whether your visa application is approved or denied. Visa approval. When approved, you will be informed how and when your passport and visa will be returned to you. To facilitate timely delivery of the visa, Register your delivery address online via the embassy's call center. Sa denial. If denied, you will be informed why you are ineligible to receive a visa. You also be sent a notification by email. Some visa applications require further administrative processing, which takes additional time after the visa applicant's interview by a consular officer. Applicants are advised of this requirement when they apply. Most administrative processing is resolved within 60 days of the visa interview. When administrative processing is required, the timing will vary based on the individual circumstances of its case. You can check the status of your visa application at cec.state.gov. Important note: please be aware, you must be admitted to the United States before the medical expiration and before any age-out dates. If your medical expires within 7 business days, you must obtain a new medical prior to visa issuance. In order to allow sufficient time for processing and releasing of the visa prior to expiration. If you have been denied a visa, you may find useful information on eligibility. If your visa has been approved, you will inform how and when your passport and visa will be returned to you. Carefully review the information on the Fiance visa process on usvisas.state.gov. To learn what to do when you receive your visa, entering the United States, and other important information. Delivery of visas. The Immigrant Visa Unit uses guaranteed courier service to deliver issued visas. LBC Commercial Courier is the authorized courier service provider for the visa units. Visas are delivered directly to the applicant's designated address. Applicants also have the option to pick up of the visas at the nearest LBC branch. Applicants do not need to return to the U.S. Embassy to pick up their issued visas. Pre-Departure Orientation Seminar or PDOS. Philippines law requires all departing Filipino immigrants or those leaving the country to settle permanently abroad to attend the Pre-Departure Orientation Seminar or PDOS with the Commission on Filipinos Overseas or CFO on immigrants aged 12 years and younger. Although this is not a U.S. government requirement, we do make this information available to all Fiance and immigrant visa applicants. An information sheet regarding to CFO and PDOS seminar is attached to the visa packet to ensure that the applicants are aware of these requirements. For additional information, registration and counseling requirements, PDOS schedule, and schedule of guidance and counseling sessions, the applicant may visit CFO's website at https://www.cfo.gov.ph. Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA, formerly NSO. Documents. For applicants who were refused visa issuance under Section 221G of Immigration and Nationality Act or INA, for lack of civil documents from the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA, formerly NSO. Please follow instructions below. After your interview, the PSA form will be given at the releasing window to those who were refused under 221G of INA for lack of civil documents. Option 1. Submit the re-verification form in person at the Pasay City PSA outlet. First, go to the Pasay PSA outlet. Second, complete the colored PSA document request form provided at the PSA outlet. Third, submit both the colored PEC document request form, re-verification form to the PEC clerk. Number 4, pay the required fee. Keep your receipt. This serves as proof you submitted the form to PSA. Note, this form will only be accepted in person at the Pasay City PSA outlet. Option 2. Call the NSO helpline plus to request your documents. Number 1. Call 632-8737-1111. Long distance charges apply outside Metro Manila. Number 2. Tell the customer care officer you have a re-verification form from the U.S. Embassy, Manila. Number 3. Answer the customer care officer's questions about the needed documents. Number 4. Follow the customer care officer instructions to pay for the documents. Option 3. Use the NSO e-Census website to request your documents. First, go to https://www.ecensus.com.ph. Second, click on request for copies of birth or marriage, death certificate, SENUMAR for singleness. Number 3, follow the instructions for using the re-verification form from the U.S. Embassy, Manila. 4. Follow the instructions to pay the documents. PSA will submit the requested documents directly to the U.S. Embassy, Manila. You should then wait to hear from us about the status of your visa application. All inquiries regarding your visa application should be directed to the Visa Information and Appointment Service Center at 632-8548-8223 and 632-7792-8988. That's it for today. I hope you learned in this video. And if you have any questions, just comment down below in my description box and I will answer as soon as. And if you wanted to visit their website, just go to the website of the U.S. Embassy, Manila and select the Fiance Visa Petition. Okay? So I guess that's it for today. For those who have never yet subscribed, please consider to subscribe, select all and click that bell icon so that if I have a new upload videos, you will be notified as soon as. And also share to your friends, like and give a thumbs up. Stay safe and God bless you all. Thank you for watching. Bye!